Good morning, welcome to Goodwill Commodities. In this video presentation, we are going to see how we can trade in MCX crude oil for this week. Before looking into that, let us see what happened last week and what we expected last week. For our weekly analysis on every Monday, we are using 1 hour chart. We are not using our normal Goodwill Commodities trading tool. We are using 1 hour chart for our analysis. That means all the single candlestick here represents 1 hour. Whenever I place the cursor on any particular candlestick, you can see the date and time below. This vertical blue line indicates the price opening for the respective week. Last week the price opened around 5820. What we expected last week was, we expected that crude has got the potential to stay in downtrend initially, having 5860 as one of the major resistance zone. If the price is trading above 5860, we expected the price to change and reverse its trend. In order to identify that, we had drawn a downtrend line also, and we had noted the price already had taken one hit along the moving average, which we are following to identify the trend. Now let us see what happened after the price opening. After the price opening, you can see there was a lot of consolidation happened in and around 5820, which means that the price was trying to convert this into support. Earlier we saw that on January 17th, the price took this as a support and tried to break 5860. The same way, on January 21st, the price took some support around 5820 and it tried to clear the trend line along with the average. That gave a lot of momentum for buyers to break 5860. After that, the price reached the zone of 5920, which is the resistance zone. So if you notice that how we had drawn a support or resistance line, it is quite practical. On earlier, you see that on Jan 7, the price took a lot of resistance here, so the next target was marked as 5920, and the above resistance was that happened on Jan 6th was 5960. If you notice that the price tried to clear both the resistance, and actually the price continued its trend to reach the next major zone of 6000. We made that clear, and if you notice that after the price breaking this 5860, we completely shifted our view to buying mode, and this is 6000 is a very good psychological zone, and we made it very clear on the daily analysis. For this particular contract, the importance is whether the price can trade above 6000 zone. What happened? The price took the good support around 6020 on Jan 23rd. You can always see the date and time below, and there it reached again. It had got a lot of momentum to reach the next zone of 6120, where it found a lot of resistance and closed around 6106. In the meanwhile, we need to notice that the price was taking a lot of support around 6060, because if you see the leg of the candlestick, two times it came and hit 6060 and then it gave a bounce back. This was the entire price action that happened on the last week. If you notice that the price, you can see on Jan 1st, in this particular contract, this was the area where the price dropped, and it had taken, you can see it had reached a low of 5700. Now it had taken a U-turn. Now you can see completely it is like a pattern of U pattern. So many of them you would have noticed that pattern formation. This is a wonderful example where you can see a U type of pattern in the candlesticks. So what we can do today, how we can position ourselves, we need to have one thing in mind. Last week was a very big volatile week. The highs and low, you see the daily price range, everything was very volatile. So we need to be quite careful while framing our strategy for this week. just because we need to protect the profit whatever we had gained earlier. Based on the NYMEX price direction, we can expect crude oil to open somewhere near 6080s. And there may be minor changes. Since we are posting this video presentation earlier, we could not take into account the rupee dollar factor. That has got a great influence. So there may be minor changes, but the expected price opening, it may be somewhere around 6080s. If you see the open high low close analysis for the last week price opening was very high compared to the previous week. It had created a very big high, it had not created a new low, and the price closing is very high compared to the previous week. So that puts the open high low close analysis in a complete favorable position for buyers. The only area where we need to be careful is that there will be some profit booking happening around this top resistance zone. So what we are going to do is that if you are a conservative trader, wait for the price to hit the support zones. On every support you can go for a buying. What we are going to do is that our prime focus is going to be the marked orange zone, 6000 and 6020. Till 6000 and 6020 you can expect the price to stay in uptrend. If the price is coming down below 6000, it does not indicate that the price has a reverse trend, just because if you see the moving average, it is still showing near 5900. So till 5900 on every major support there will be a bounce back. What we advise is that till 6000 you can go for buying. Below 6000, just wait for the price to hit the resistance, wait for the price to consolidate, then we can take a valuable trading decision. So our strategy for today is going to be very simple, and for this week also it's going to be very simple. Till 6000 6020 we can go for buying, because as I told you earlier, our prime focus is going to be whether the price can sustain the psychological zone of 6000 and 6020, so that we can clearly identify the coming trend. And the expected target zone, you know that 6160 is the next target zone. I have failed to mark it, now I will be marking the next resistance zone also. 6002 is going to be the next target zone. So this is the area where we are focusing for this particular week. Be patient, wait for the price to hit the support zone and then re-enter into the market, because we know that all the market has got three phases: uptrend, downtrend and consolidation. We should respect the consolidation phase, and we will wait and hit the support, and then you can make profit and make use of the trend. So let us see what's going to happen during the trading session. Thanks a lot for watching our videos. Happy trading. Take care. Bye.